I have a question that kind of veers off a little bit here.
Okay.
Do we find it interesting that Jack decided to talk to you? In terms of, now that we know in 2022 he hasn't spoke to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's been quiet. He hasn't said a word. Smartly, probably. But he gave you access.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Outside Magazine access. He hasn't given
Well,
anybody.
that was just me. I went to Outside Magazine.
Okay, so you went to, see, people don't know that. And that's good that people know that. So they don't.
No, I mean, I can tell you exactly what happened there is that, when he said like, oh, I think my name's going to get revealed. And I was like, oh my God, can I be the one who tells the world about that? And he was like, I guess, but like, what would you want to do? And I was like, I mean, so there was like he thought it was going to come out in a court filing on Monday, whatever the date of that was. And I don't remember, it was like December 6th, 7th. It was somewhere around there. And he thought it was going to come out in a court filing on that Monday. And he told me about this at like the Wednesday before, I think. So it happened very fast. And, he said to me, like, I think my name is going to come. You're going to know who I am really soon. And I was like, oh, well, that's because, again, I didn't know what his name was. I had no idea. I was just, he was the finder to me, which was so weird. I'd be like, write emails like, Finder, what do you think about this? And it was like,
was that his Zoom name? Was that his Zoom name, the Finder?
What's that?
Was that his Zoom name, the Finder?
Well, no, but he told me who he was before the Zoom.
Okay.
So, but in all the emails that we sent, etc. So, so it was like that Monday, and so he was like, "Well, what would you want to do?" And I was like, "I would honestly like to try to find a place. If you could tell me who you are and you'll give me a real interview, I'll try to place it somewhere before this comes out. On that Monday, if you think that's the timetable for it. So I'll try to get something." And try to find some place that I think is reputable and will take this on incredibly short notice and has an understanding of the chase, and where I'm going to trust them to basically say, hey, you don't know who I am, but you're going to have to trust me. I have very good credentials. I've been a reporter a very long time, and I've got a thing for you, but you got to do it the way I want to do it. And like, you're not going to change a ton of stuff because this has to go the way I want it to go. And, so like, I wasn't going to go to a place like the New York Times or something where they would want a tremendous amount of editorial oversight. And they'd want to do it their way and all that. Yeah. And, and that's not in any way to denigrate Outside. I think they've actually done great stuff with this, but, the bigger an organization, the bigger a structure or something like that, the more you're going to have, like, again, I worked at the Wall Street Journal for years. I would not have taken this to them because there would have been too much of, well, we want to change this to this. We want to change that to that. We're going to need this. And like, I didn't have the time for that, So I think, again, he probably told me who he was on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. We did the interview on the Thursday. That night after I knew what I had, I like reached out to like the editor-in-chief of Outside and said, hey, here's who I am. I can tell you who found Forrest Fenn's treasure. I will write you a story about it, but you got to basically take what I'm going to give you, and it's got to go now. And I don't have anything written yet, literally nothing. And I'll give it to you in a day and a half. You just have to trust me that I can do that. And they said, I mean, how can you confirm this with us? And I said, I'll get you confirmation. It's all real. I promise. You're going to have to take a word for it for the next 24 to 48 hours, though. And they said, okay. And at that point, I just got to writing on the thing like as fast as I could. And then, turned it around as fast as was possible. And they, gave it essentially minimal edits. And then it showed up there that Monday. And then that was that. So, in terms of him getting in touch with Outside, that was very much me getting in touch with Outside.
Fair enough. I'm glad I kind of made the mistake on purpose. I wanted to hear what you had to say about it.
It's an interesting story. I don't think it's one I've ever told. So, that's all that happened.
That's fascinating to me.
Snake oil salesmen are everywhere. I can't believe all the softball questions given to Daniel Barbarisi. Here's our friend Forrest Fenn at Outside Magazine with the president and CEO Larry Burke on April 4, 2019. Does Daniel Barbarisi think we are stupid? Listen in the next audio clip, as Forrest says that he receives emails from Larry Burke of Outside Magazine. This audio was recorded by Dal Neitzel in October 2019.
Well, I want an email from Doug Preston and Larry Burke and those guys.